So, Gary, man, this is the same drill that we've done before, and Paulie's been working on it, and I still do it every single day. Here's the basics. The scale. Gotta start with the numbers and how they align. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. And the relationship 1, 2, 3, 4 half step, 5, 6, 7, 1 half step. That will never change. Now, the 7 and the 1, that's a major 7. Half step down is the flat 7. The flat 7 is so common, like in a G7 chord. It's so common they call it the dominant 7. But notice its relationship to the 1. 1, 7. Chords are built of 1s, 3s, and 5s. Here's a G chord. 1, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1. That's the basics. You gotta have those 3 to make a chord. If you flat your 3, you get a flat 3. That's a minor chord. G major, G minor. Now, if we lift the pinky, we expose the 1. 1 goes 7 to flat 7. That's a G7 chord. That's all. That's the end of the story. G7. Everything builds from there. So now, here's a G minor 7. So I've lifted the pinky to expose a 7, and the middle finger to expose a flat 3. There's a G minor 7. In fact, this 5 is redundant because we have a 5 down here. So that G minor 7, all on the same fret, only skipping the A string. 1, flat 7, flat 3, 5, and 1. And knowing that relationship is critical for every chord. Okay, so that's off the E string. Now if we take a C chord, now we're going to do things off of the A string. A C chord, we have a 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So what we get is a 1, 5, 1, 3, 5. Again, 1s, 3s, and 5s. There's the 1, flatted a whole step. We get a D7. Take the 3, go back a half step. C minor 7. C minor 7. Well, here's a C up here. C minor 7, C minor 7. They're both C minor 7s. This one's more convenient if you're up here. This one's pretty convenient if you're down here. They both are useful. This is useful for seeing the notes in a chord, like 1, 5, flat 7, flat 3. You might use that to play a C minor blues. Excuse me. So there's different reasons to use different chord shapes and call things out. Now, back to G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. That major 7, if we're making a G chord and we want to introduce a new note besides the flat 7, the major 7. Here's a 1, a major 7, a 3, and a 5. That makes a really pretty G major chord. Here's another chord that we use a lot. The 13th note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's also the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, if we take a 1, the flat 7, the 3, and the 6, we have a 13 chord. And we don't say G7 13, because when you say 13 or G9, you're implying that the flat 7 is there. So when we say G13, we're talking about that chord. There's a lot of ways to play it. This is one of the more favored and popular ways to play a 13. You can also flat the 13. There's times when that chord is totally appropriate and it works. So right now, G13. So here's A minor 7, 13. We're going to introduce one more chord here. Off the A string, 1, 3. That 1, 3 relationship is always the same, down and back. 1, 3, 7. So far in G7, 1, 3, 7. Well, now we're in D. 1, 3, 7. Here's the 2. Now that's the 9th note above the tonic, so we call it the 9. And the note at the bottom, if you look at a G chord, a D chord, 1, 5, 1, 3. There's a D7 chord. Well, that's one way to play it. You can also say, oh, I got a 3 here. I also got a 3 here. 1, 3, 7, and then 3 all the way back to 2. 1, 3, 7, 2, 5. There's a 9 chord. It's an easy chord to make. It's just one of those chords that once you put it in your arsenal, there's no going back. So we've got a A minor 7, all on the same fret, a D9, and a G major 7. Now notice that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 2, here's the other drill. 1 major, 2 minor, 3 minor, 4 major, 5 dominant, 6 minor, 7, 1. More to follow on that. But the 2's minor, the 3's minor, the 4's major. So I'm going to play a G major 7, that's 1, 2 minor, 3 minor, 4 major 7, 5 dominant. I'm going to use a 13 chord. So here's the same chords back here. There's our 1, here's a 2, and this is the most common. Charlie Parker said at the end of the day it's all 2, 5, 1. Here's 2, 5, 1. A minor 7, D9, G major 7. Put those chords together like that and you're making music. More to follow. I know I'm a fire hose. You'll deal with it.